listen to me, because this is one of those rules that catches people completely off guard, and if you aren't prepared, it will devastate your retirement security. We are talking about the government pension offset, or the GPO. I know, it sounds like just another boring acronym, but for those of you who spent your careers serving the public, teachers, police officers, firefighters, postal workers, this is the hidden thief that can take your Social Security, spousal, or survivor benefits and reduce them to absolutely zero. I see the fear in your eyes when you realize the math doesn't add up, and I want you to stand in your truth right now so we can fix this before it's too late. The problem is a massive disconnect in how the system views your hard-earned work. You worked for a local, state, or federal government entity where you did not pay Social Security taxes. Instead, you paid into a government pension. You thought, I have my pension, and when my spouse passes away or when we both retire, I'll also get that Social Security spousal benefit I'm entitled to. But the law sees it differently. The law views your government pension as a substitute for Social Security. Because of that, they apply the GPO, which isn't just a small trim, it is a deep, painful cut. The fear I hear from so many of you is, will I be able to keep my home if my spouse dies first? You've spent 40 years planning for a 2-income retirement or a solid survivor benefit, only to find out that the thousands of dollars you expected every month have vanished because of a calculation you didn't even know existed. It's terrifying to think that your loyalty to public service is essentially being punished in the eyes of the Social Security Administration. You're asking, why is my benefit being cut when I work just as hard as anyone else? Here is the cold, hard math of the GPO, and I want you to listen closely. If you receive a pension from a government job where you didn't pay Social Security taxes, your spousal or survivor benefit will be reduced by 2/3 of the amount of your government pension. Think about that. If your government pension is $3,000 a month, 2/3 of that is $2,000. If you were expecting a $1,500 survivor benefit from your spouse's Social Security, that $2,000 offset completely wipes it out. You get zero. Not a penny. It doesn't matter how much your spouse paid into the system, the offset doesn't care. It is a dollar-for-dollar reduction based on that 2/3 rule. So, what is the actionable takeaway? What do you do if you are in this situation? First, you must stop guessing and start knowing. You need to contact the Social Security Administration and get an estimate that specifically factors in the GPO. Do not look at your standard statement and assume that big number is what you are getting. It isn't. Second, you have to adjust your must-have budget today. If you realize the GPO is going to take away $1,000 or $2,000 of anticipated monthly income, you cannot keep spending as if that money is coming. You need to look at your retirement accounts, your 403(b), your 457 plans, your IRAs, and see if you can bridge that gap. If you haven't retired yet, you might even consider working long enough in a private sector job to qualify for your own Social Security benefit, though you must also be aware of the windfall elimination provision, which is a whole other animal. But for the GPO, the most important thing you can do is protect your liquid cash. If you know the government is going to offset your benefits, you need a larger emergency fund than the average person because your safety net from the government has a giant hole in it. I want you to be powerful with your money. You cannot be powerful if you are operating on a hope and a prayer. You have to face the GPO head-on. If the math says you're losing that benefit, then we find a way to save more now, downsize earlier, or adjust our expectations. You work too hard for this life to let a hidden offset ruin your peace of mind. Get the facts, do the math, and protect yourself. Because you are worth it, and your security is everything.